You're back, my friends, at 8:25 on your Sunday morning. And the holidays, especially when we're talking about New Year's Eve, come with parties, good times, a lot of good things to eat and drink. And if you or someone you know is in recovery or you have anxiety, there's some general advice that could help things make things a little bit easier. Here to talk a little bit more about that is licensed marriage and family therapist Kevin Peterson and our good friend. Good morning to you, Kevin.
Good morning to you, Jordan, and Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much. Merry Christmas to you as well. Let's start off by just talking about some of that general advice. What would you say to someone in recovery who does want to partake in these events?
I think it's absolutely a great idea, but you always have to go with a plan. When I first got sober, that's what I was taught is don't walk into a situation without phone numbers, without, knowing it's okay to leave if you're not comfortable, who's safe, who's not. And just always have a plan.
And what about like parties? Are there any rules of thumb for people in sobriety or maybe for somebody like myself who has anxiety?
Yeah, absolutely. It turns out it's very similar. The rule of thumb is it's always okay to leave. And we get real tied up and worried about, well, what's everybody going to think? And I don't want to be a buzzkill and I don't want to make everybody unhappy, but it's perfectly okay to leave. If you're not happy, you've got to put your needs first, and it's okay to walk out the door, and you don't have to make a big to-do about it. You can just say, hey, I'm sorry, I'm just feeling a little uncomfortable. I'm going to take a walk around the block, or I'm going to head home. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Yeah, I actually have some friends that don't even tell me they're leaving, and that's perfectly fine too. Just send me a text that you made at home, right? Let's talk about the people who are throwing the parties. Should you invite people in recovery or someone who also deals with anxiety?
Again, absolutely. And the answer is a wholehearted yes. But just as if you're going to invite someone to a dinner party, you want to call them ahead of time and say, hey, do you have any allergies, any concerns? Always a good idea to do the same thing with someone that's struggling with anxiety or someone who's struggling with recovery or in recovery, and just say, hey, what's okay, what's not okay. We're not going to base the whole party around your needs, but we want to make you feel included. So let's talk about what the expectations are and what you're comfortable with, and we'll go from there.
Well, and again, as somebody who deals with anxiety myself and has friends who are in recovery, you don't want to feel any different from anybody else. You don't want to accommodate. You don't want somebody to accommodate your every little need and make you feel isolated from everybody else at the party, right?
Absolutely. But what's really nice, and I've had friends do this, where they'll call me and say, hey, we're having a dinner party, we're having a New Year's Eve party, and we know you don't drink, and we just want to let you know we're going to have some sparkling cider or some diet sodas or whatever that you're comfortable with. We just want to let you know that that's going to be part of the plan. And that always makes me feel really good. And the same thing with, I would think someone like yourself who struggles with anxiety, to say, hey, our expectation is that if you don't feel comfortable, it's okay. You don't have to stay.
Yeah, absolutely. And then another good tip, maybe just eat, have your own meal before the party, and then you don't have to worry about that because you're full by that point. But if somebody is struggling, who can they call?
After the theater shooting in 2012, Colorado established 5 sort of walk-in mental health clinics, and they're all over the Front Range and actually on the Western Slope. You can call 844-493-TALK, T-A-L-K, or 8255. It's one of the crisis centers, and someone will answer the phone and talk to you. If you're struggling, if you're in recovery, you can always call AA or Narcotics Anonymous or Cocaine Anonymous or whatever your program is. They man the phones 24 hours a day as well, especially during the holidays.
All right, Kevin, a lot of great advice. We appreciate you coming on this morning. Thank you so much. Have a great holidays.
Yes, you too. Thank you very much, Jordan.